Yo! Thanks very much for the resub, homie. Y'all better check your drawers. What's up, Jesse? Am I doing the game over? No. No, this is a different game. This is just a fusion. I just wanted to play fusion. Urso, thank you so much for the 25 months of total sub, and I sincerely appreciate it. What's up, Redley? What's up, Missing Link? Super Dad Bod Stub Muffin. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good day at work. I'm gonna keep my eye out for it. I don't know. I've been so into just regular Destiny right now that I kind of want to focus on that. I think I'm actually gonna get to do my first raid since ever. Just waiting for one more person. We're gonna do Vault of Glass. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be sweet. Look at this cutie patootie, right? I'm doing well, Jesse. I'm doing well. How are you? No, you're good. You don't worry about it. You're allowed to get confused. I hope I don't miss any comments here. Yeah, apparently it's got over 10 million registered users, so it's just gonna be a Destiny gacha game, you know? I think we're gonna play the whole thing. I don't know if I'll 100% it or not. We'll see how much time it's taken just to get all items, and then we can go back through. How's everybody doing today? Hope everyone is doing well. Sorry for not streaming yesterday. I kind of got caught in a house cleaning loop. I kind of put off streaming a little bit late, and by the time it was like I should stream, I was like, my ADHD had hyper focused into cleaning my house, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna do laundry so hard, and like just cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the kitchen. It was unfreaking believable. Do we have any, like, no, we don't have any settings we can apply. I can hold and rewind. I can rewind mistakes. Do. I'm wondering if it's gonna screw with me to play this after playing X Fusion. What's up, J Campo? Is this Fusion? It is. I just finished playing the X Fusion hack, and I said I wanted to play this. I was gonna do it yesterday, but I didn't stream yesterday. Yo, chat. We got a release date on Hollow Knight Silksong. And it's in like freaking 2 weeks. What? Never played this one. It's on next on your list. Never played Fusion? That's crazy, dude. Fusion's good. Fusion's a good time. What's up, Bill? You played your first Metroid last February. I would have given anything to been you for a moment. I would love to replay these games over again. I wonder if in this year, like this day and age, I would actually not like it. This is actually just, this is straight up Fusion. This is nothing fancy, just Fusion. I'm playing on the Switch. Fusion still haunts me. Gave you PTSD as a kid. Really? You know what gave me PTSD as a kid? Was the final boss, like the second phase of the final boss fight in Yoshi's Island, when you got the big, like, baby Koopa getting closer to the screen. I always get really scared of things that get closer, especially like sometimes at different speeds. That freaks me out. And this intro scene is way too long. Right? It's scary stuff. Last night I was in we have a window air conditioning unit in our bedroom, and it's been kind of warm around here. But in the bedroom it's usually cooled. It just doesn't really like push air out of the rest of the house, which is fine. You know, it's a small BTU. But I was just chilling in there because I get warm really easily, and I don't like being warm. It makes me angry. And so I'm just chilling and playing some Donkey Kong Bonanza in bed. And I have a mirror on my bedroom door that I can actually see my wife in her office, and she was playing Sims. And I was just like, hey, just so you know, like, it's really noisy upstairs. And I'm like, hey, just so you know, I'm upstairs. So, you know, I imagine if I was upstairs in bed, she thought I was downstairs playing video games or doing work or something. I thought, you know, it'd be good to text her to say, hey, I'm up here, because she'd get upset with me. And then she like turned around in her chair and started staring at me. And it really freaked me out. But what made it worse is that when I would look away for a little bit to play the game, she would move closer. And so before I knew it, she was like in the mirror. I could see her really, really close. Like, she was still a reasonable distance away from me. But I got absolutely freaked out, dude. I was like, please don't ever do that again. Like, it's one thing to like, it's one thing to like get scared. And like someone's like, boo, and yeah. It's another thing to like progressively just turn up the heat. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna use the control stick actually. So one of the reasons I wanted to play this is I know that X-Fusion is a derivation of this game. It doesn't follow the same story or progression or anything like that, but I wanted to kind of put them head to head and see which I enjoyed more. And I feel, I don't know, I just feel like I already am enjoying this more than X-Fusion, which is to me is quite surprising, because like X-Fusion was fun. I think if Nintendo was to remake, if Nintendo was to actually remake this game, honestly, I think it would be one of my favorite Metro games ever, based on how Mercury Steam handles their games. I think it would be just bar none. You brought back horrific memories of fighting that boss, especially with it roaring. Seriously, it was when it would start, like, when it would move like closer a little bit, like slowly, it wasn't a big deal. But when it started to like get really close, I would panic, and then I would miss my egg shots, and then it would speed up some more, and I just get like more terrified. It was just, it was not, there was just, yeah. And I was like 7 years old when I got that game. It's so stupid. It's a simple little happy little Mario game. That boss fight scared the ever-living crap out of me. You do know me. Yeah, like they did for Return of Samus, and it was the same company, so they've got a good track record. Dread was received really well, and I'm let's just put it this way: I would be very surprised, just based on the success of Fusion or Dread, and how Fusion and Dread are very similar in how they work in regards to Samus's movement. I don't really see it being that difficult for them to take it on. And if you think about like how I personally find that I can't even think of the name of the planet right now of where Dread takes place. But like, I find that planet really, really boring. I would love to see the developers of Dread really make the BSL just pop, and it would look so freaking good. Because I think the BSL is like one of the coolest areas in the Metroid franchise. Like, if it wasn't for the how tight the controls of this game are, because I don't like the controls of this game personally. Like, I hate it. I beat the hack, but I didn't get all the items. I don't know if I want to go back to it. That collectathon started to get really annoying. I hate the controls of this game. It's everything else about this game that I enjoy. So if they were to modernize the controls a little bit and basically just give you more to do, you know, with how, you know, where are we going here? Left. Like if you could, like, you know, have the aiming wherever you want with holding, like, I think it was like L or ZL or something like that, and just modernize it. I think a Fusion remake could be one of the best 2D Metroids that are out there. Obviously not nearly as good as everyone's favorite Metroid Prime, because we all know that that's the only Metroid game that should exist, right? I'm just referencing back to someone who pops in every so often on TikTok's like, Metroid Prime is the best, it's got the best music and everything else sucks. What's up, Rook? How you doing, man? And that's why I think a Fusion remake makes way more sense than Super Metroid, in my opinion. And I've often said that remaking Super Metroid would be, I think, a mistake personally. I don't actually. If I'm being honest with you, I've never been a big fan of Super's music. I don't find it to be very. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think it's like, wow, you know, like this music is so good. But if I think of like specifically Fusion's music, I think this game is the best music in the entire franchise personally. But remember, I'm just a streamer. My opinion means nothing, right? I'd like to see a complete 3D remake. I don't think it would translate. Personally, that's just my opinion, though. Now, where... I thought that there was a spot... maybe we need more fall. I'm almost positive that like there was a spot you could shoot and go into the ceiling and get another item. Oh, there it is. Wasted all my missiles, but at least this way, at this point, I won't die. Worth it. This is a bit cartoony. I think part of the issue was the fact of that it was on a system that definitely limited what was possible to a certain extent. Super was definitely a darker game. I will agree to that for sure. Whoops. Yeah, I can tell you already that I'm enjoying this more than X Fusion, just because they're so different. Very different experiences. But this is fun. As a blind playthrough, this is definitely much darker in my opinion. Is it darker because there's more fear associated with it? I think you are correct in that sense, if that's what you're saying, like because the SAX kind of inspires fear and you got to be more careful, and you know, this is definitely the weakest Samus has ever been in a Metroid game, which I think is fine. I think atmospherically, Super has Metroid's Super has Metroid Fusion's number without a doubt. 100%. I think Super Metroid kills it still to this day in the atmosphere department, but I would agree to that. And with the story, and not just the story coming from, you know, Adam, and with all the stuff with the SAX, but there is a continued we'll call it fear of the unknown for sure. Hey Palo. And stuff like this, when the music changes and it's like do 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 do, and you're like, oh shoot. I can remember being a kid and being like, oh, okay, this is bad. Well, I totally beat that other Metroid. I just didn't 100%. I beat it and then I went back to do 100%, and then I got really bored of it. That game did not nail the dismount on the 100% grab every item thingy. I actually really didn't enjoy it. Most Metroid games I enjoyed the 100% collectathon, but for whatever reason, that hack just face planted in my opinion. Oh yeah, and you know, it's funny. Like sometimes people will hear me say, well, like I really like the atmosphere of this game, and I think it's better than this other game. And so people go, you know, not saying that you're saying this, but I'm not saying that Fusion's atmosphere is bad, but I just think that Super Metroid is better. And again, that's just an opinion. Thanks for the follows. Is this on the Game Boy Advance? Yeah, I'm playing on the Switch though. Bing bong. Can you access Game Boy Advance games without the expansion pass, or can you do it with just the regular base Switch Online stuffs? You do need the expansion pass. Well, I mean, at the very least, Nintendo offers a lot based on that. And some of them, you know, you could it's always nice to have more and more and more and more, but I find it worth it personally. People's always think that when you have a positive view of one game, that means negative views. Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're in a position like I am, when you're, I think you're a streamer too, but just when you're a streamer and you're sharing your opinions, sharing your opinion as a streamer is a dangerous thing. Honestly, you don't need a Nintendo Switch 2 for GameCube right now. I don't think the games that are available on the GameCube are worth it. I mean, they started off with a couple of good games, but like we're getting that robot game, Chi-Chi Robot. Like there's so many amazing GameCube games they could port, and they're like, you know what this needs? This needs a relatively unknown hack from game from the GameCube. Like you couldn't give me anything good. The first game that we got was Mario Strikers. Next one is now so yeah, this is one thing that we didn't have in the ROM hack that I missed. Like Luigi's Mansion or Metroid Prime or Metroid Prime 2, or like what they offered us when like I said, the first offering on the Switch for the GameCube games was decent, but lately it's just been garbage. I'm sorry. I'm a little opinionated. This is your favorite Murgatroyd? Murgatroyd? That's exciting. I'm really concerned that you're just full of it, because I feel like if this is your favorite game, you'd spell it right.
Show them what you do.
Show them what you do, random task. What's up, buddy? How's it going, man? I just don't play games enough to justify a monthly membership. I think for me, I just get it at a yearly rate. And so I always have that to fall back on if I want to. But I understand where you're coming from. Friggin' cheapskate. So basically what you're telling me is that Nintendo's not your favorite company. Okay. Got it. Sitting at work with nothing to do? Well, you got something to do now, man. You're hanging out with the coolest streamer in the world. I'm okay. I'm okay. I haven't had a good week. I haven't had a bad week. It's just been a week. You know what I mean? You feel me, bruh? Yeah, and it's nice because like you can get a lot of different uses out of the expansion pass. Playing with people. I like that some of the DLC for some of the Nintendo games is, I guess, essentially free if you have the expansion pass. And the one thing about that I like is that is maybe there's obviously there's going to be tons of critics of Nintendo and the expansion pass, but I feel like what Nintendo does really well with it is they're constantly just increasing the value of what you get. Yes, from time to time they are increasing the cost of the expansion pass. But yeah, like I do appreciate the fact that like we're getting more bang for our buck essentially. I think anyways. But again, what do I know? I'm just a streamer. Funny enough, most of gaming problems get blamed on streamers. Did you guys know that? It's really annoying. Especially like streamers that like play like certain types of games and have opinions. The games change and they blame. I feel so bad for people. Like I've been watching a lot of Destiny YouTubers and streamers just because I'm back into the game again. And like when changes are made that are not necessarily like popular, so many people just love to just dog on streamers. Like our opinions really matter to just certain developers. It's really annoying. I'm not saying that I have an effect on anything because I don't, but it's annoying. How is the ending on Fusion? The whole game was weird. I don't remember the ending. I didn't think I was actually in the process of beating the game necessarily. The only reason I say that is because like someone spoiled something in the stream and said like there's another suit that you can get, and I was like, oh cool. And so I was, I got this suit expecting it to be like, just another thing that you get before you have, with like this game, the end is near when you go up and you go fight the SAX, or with Super you go fight Mother Brain. Or even in Prime when you go and fight Meta Ridley, that's the signaling that there's no more items to collect and the end is near. And so when I played the hack, when I got the suit, I assumed that I'd have a chance to like stop what was going on, but the ending just kind of proceeded to show up, and so I didn't have a chance to I didn't feel like I had a chance to do the whole collectathon, and so the ending kind of surprised me. But if I was to give X Fusion a rating out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 6.57 maybe. Oh, I'm out of damn. I'm out of missiles. This is your favorite Metro game? Nice. It's definitely not my favorite, but it's up there. Okay, missiles though. Hey. Oh wait, I didn't realize that they keep spawning stuff here. Okay, well that should be good then. Sweet. Yeah, it's 3 missiles. I just had 2. I didn't have 3 to kill this thing. The sounds hit you back in the back of the brain. Nice. Oh, it's this boss. Grind that room. Yeah, I didn't realize that. On the topic of streamer opinion, my only problem are the Doomsayer streamers. This game is dead. Well, especially if you have a reasonable influence, like you can actually be the cause of a game dying. I do love that getting charge beam also changes the look of your beam. I think this is one of the few Metro games to do that. And X Fusion is better than this. That's yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to make that decision. I probably shouldn't make that decision immediately, and I should probably make it at the end of it. What was my first Metro game? It was Super. This is straight no, this is, I'm playing this, well, I guess it's emulated, but I'm playing on my Switch too. So it's in HDR, 4K graphics, baby! Woo! You liked it? Dread has, Dread, there's a lot of Dread that is just very mid for me. But what Dread does better than than most other Metro games, in my opinion, is, some of the bosses have the most fun bosses in the entire franchise, specifically Ravenbeak being the final boss. I thought that I live for that. Your first was Prime. Prime 4 is going to be good. Apparently we're still getting it by the end of the year. Like, I wish Nintendo, like, if you've been a fan for Metroid for any amount of time, especially like I have, which I'm a massive Metroid fan. Like, it's my favorite series. I don't just like, I live these games. It's my jams. But anyways, oh, I don't have bombs yet. Oh shoot. Like, with how frustrating the whole history of Prime 4 has been, the fact that we're going into basically the last half of the year and we still don't have a release date just makes me so nervous that they're just once again gonna be like, sorry guys, next year. Like, I'm really worried that Nintendo's it's not gonna be ready. At the same time, Nintendo can surprise you. Where do we go after Dread story-wise? Nowhere. Dread is technically the finale of like the Metroid saga. So like starting with Metroid 1, Metroid 2, Return of Samus, Super Metroid, Fusion, and Dread is the finale. Wouldn't be surprised if it was a quarter 1 game. I think at this point they just need people to know, like, I don't know. I'm sick and tired of not knowing. You can just shoot that block to get the E-Tank? Oh, okay. Whatever. I'd rather it be late than rushed. Considering that the game's been in development since 2017, even though they've restarted it, there's had to be some stuff that was carried over. At this point, it's ridiculous. And as much as I share that opinion, for the most part, at this point, release the freaking game. I am absolutely, I would rather Nintendo just hold the phone and wait and polish it up. But at this point, like, come on. What else do you need to work on? I mean, I'll deal with it, but I'll tell you what, I won't be very pleased with Nintendo. I already am not really pleased with them. Yeah, so it was announced in 2017 around the same time that they announced in a Treehouse event, not even in their live broadcast for the E3, they announced Samus Returns on 3DS. And it was being developed like by Bandai Namco. Nobody polishes the game anymore. They patch the mistakes. That's too broad of a statement, I think. I think it's fair. I think a lot of games get released really poorly, but I think there's a Nintendo, like, I've played through a lot of Bonanza, Donkey Kong Bonanza. That game is flawless. I haven't encountered any issues whatsoever. And I also don't remember seeing a whole lot of patches coming through. When it comes to like first party titles, I think that's too much of a blanket statement in my opinion. I mean, to each their own. But a lot of third party developers and you know shovelware, stuff like those sports games and Call of Duty and a lot of games that get like a yearly release, abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah, Prime 1 Remaster was a tech test, and I'm not of the mindset that well, we gotta unlock the door first. I'm not of the mindset that they have 2 and 3 waiting. I think if anything, we're gonna get on. I believe in the lifetime of the Switch 2, we're not just getting GameCube backwards compatibility, but we're also going to get Wii. And so in that, we're gonna get virtual console versions of both Prime 2 and 3. Heck, we might even get the trilogy version ported over so we can play all three. Yeah, I haven't played Metroid Prime 2 in forever. I played Prime 1 with Prime Hack on my PC and streamed it, and it was playable, but I definitely didn't enjoy it. So I'm just at the point where I would just much rather wait for Nintendo to make the moves than me. And well, I mean, sure, Metroid Prime 2, but then why not Metroid Prime 3 at that point, you know? Have I played Samus Return? Yeah. I had a 3DS for the longest time, and Nintendo. There was a point in time where Nintendo really disappointed me as a company. So the current console was the Wii U and the 3DS, and I got rid of both because I was disappointed in them as a company, and I just moved away from it for a little while. Am I proud of that? Not even close. Is it relatable? You're darn right it is. All right, we'll have to come back then. So yeah, I bought a new Nintendo 2DS because I'm not a big fan of the 3D, just to play it, and I enjoyed it for the most part. Again, when they announced that it was the same team that made that was working on Dread, I was a little concerned because there was a lot of things that they did with Return of Samus or Samus Returns that I didn't like. But for the most part, it was a good experience. I mean, the problem is remaking such a simplistic game. Like, Metroid 2 is if you look at it at its core, it's a phenomenally basic ass game. And so they had to jazz it up somewhat. I think they jazzed it up a little too much, in my opinion. But for the most part, I thought it was agreeable. AM2R, yeah. AM2R is fantastic. I don't care who you are. That is the definitive way to play Metroid 2. But Nick, it's not made by Nintendo. I don't care. I'm a Nintendo stan to a certain point. Eventually, I gotta draw the line. Yeah, I might do it someday. I don't know. Space horror, and because of that, it basically that was a tough word. Sometimes words are really hard to get out. It's just I think that's the most important thing about the thing that Metroid does that other companies can't necessarily. And this is not a blanket statement, obviously, but there's some companies that can't nail the atmosphere. And somehow Metroid just does, based on the lore of what a Metroid is and who Samus is, and, you know, the pacing of everything. Nintendo just does a really good job of it. And when I say Nintendo, I just speak about the developers that are running the games. All right, sounds good, Ralph. AM2R is a mastercrafted love letter, Nintendo's challenge. I think if anything, AM2R was the kick in the ass that Nintendo needed to get back to making reasonably good Metroid games, to a certain extent, obviously. I think they've done well. Yeah, I don't have any real big issues with them as a company, other than the fact that they treat their employees really poorly, which is actually a huge concern and a frustration, and kind of makes me not. It really bothers me a little bit, as it should. I think it should bother everybody. Any company that, you know, treats their employees poorly needs to re-look into their business practices. And so like that's my only hesitation about Fusion Remake, really, at the end of the day, is literally just that. Like, they just need to treat their employees better, because without them you don't have a game, you don't make money, you're not profitable, and you're not popular, so on and so forth. What's a stand here? What do you mean? I mean, any sort of initiative to get people talking about Metroid for me is always a win, in my opinion. Because as a long-standing Metroid fan, we've always gotten the shaft, and that shaft is well, it's not a good one. Let's just put it that way. The 2.5. So you're saying like with Dread? So I feel that way about Super Metroid. If they did that to Super Metroid, it would ruin the game. I personally would love to see them take on Fusion, because Fusion and Dread are so similar in a lot of ways, how Samus controls and some of the pacing and characters and whatnot. I think it would actually work quite well. A lot of people are like, I want to see Super Metroid remade, and it's like that would actually, I feel, would be a mistake personally. But again, that's just personal opinion. So the art style, yeah. Well, with how boring Dread looks, in my opinion, I think the Planet of Dread is very boring to look at. I'm worried that they would not actually, because like, if you like, just look at this room, specifically. This is a great looking room. There's a lot of detail. There's something to look at everywhere your eye goes, and it obviously shows that Nintendo was really, because this was an R&D. This was back when Nintendo made their games. Whoop. If they can, like, if they can get the feel of it, and they, obviously they have to change a little bit. No one's, you're never gonna get a remake made in a way that's gonna be exactly what you remember. But I'm getting a little distracted here. Boss fight's done so much better in this version, obviously. I mean, you're dealing with a game that is working in an engine made for the game, and physics made in the game, so the hack that we played that had this boss fight, it worked well, all things considered. I did appreciate the fact that they had more than one enemy. Like, without a doubt. And random test, that's not just talking about the fact that, you know, the SAX sections were absolutely, like, soul-crushingly hard. So, yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. No, Dirty, I just finished it, but because we played that, it made me want to play this. Part of me is comparing the two versions, and the other one's just like this. I will say this about Fusion. I'm usually pretty harsh on this game. I don't think this is, we need to go this way to start the next sequence, right? Oh wait, no, we actually just go down this way. Yeah. Jeepers, you guys remember this? This is rough. What I'm talking about is literally what happened when we played the ROM hack of this. tried to get past it. And you know what's funny? I watched a couple of other play this after I did that one, the first stream of this, where we like tried to get past it and all I had to do was wait. But the thing is it would use X-ray and like find me up there. And it would like, people were just like, what do we do? And then someone was like, well, just try waiting. I was like, I did. And she keeps seeing me and it's really annoying. But sure enough, that's what we had to do. And I mean, you know, you're dealing with a game that is loosely following the system and progression of this game, so it's no wonder that that system was a little flawed. Don't touch me. Warrior Land 4 was an engine test for Fusion. Warrior Land 4 was actually the first game I got on my Game Boy Advance. I have played M2R. I've only played through it once. And like I always say, once is enough. I'm just kidding. I've never said that. I have ADHD. I eat the same thing when I go to specific restaurants. I'm afraid. I'm not afraid of, but I really dislike change. But yeah, I've only played AM2R once. Says the man who used to speedrun SM. Exactly. Comfort food, baby. All that was comfort food. Touch of the Tism. Oh, it's a lot. It's lots of goofy things. Unfortunately, the battles that I usually partake are always uphill. Bro's ordering Dino Nuggies. Joking? Totally ordering Dino Nuggies. I'm not a big Dino Nuggies guy. This is an OG mod, is what it is. You nailed both ideas. No, this is Super Metroid. This is my favorite Metroid game, but I do play the ROM hack to get to the effing point. It skips a lot of the... Is it a Fusion ROM hack? Honey Mustard? I actually just tried Honey Mustard a little while ago. I didn't mind it. Sometimes your taste buds just change overnight, and something that you kind of just didn't mind before, sometimes will just become like S tier. And like right now, like in my mid 30s, I'm into mustard. Which is the least cool. Like if I was like a teenager and I heard myself talk like that, I would make fun of myself so hard and be like, wait, what? You like mustard? What? Where do I stand on mayo? Well, there's not really a good spot to stand on it. You just sink through all of it. I would bring like, honestly, I would bring like snowshoes. Maybe you'd have a better chance. Oh, that's not what you meant. I'm sorry. The thing that I hate about mayo is that when you're having a sandwich and there's not enough mayo, you're like, frick, I want more mayo. But you can very quickly step over that line to where it's like, and then just be like, cool, I don't want to eat food anymore. So I sit more in the stand like I think a little bit of mayo is good, except everybody up in the nosebleeds. When I have Subway subs, sometimes it's like there's not enough mayo in the house. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No? Okay, cool. I guess I'm just the only person. I don't know of any stereotype that says that Canadians like mayo. I've never heard of anything like that, so I don't know. ADHD to the max, seriously. What's the stand in the fan bases of Nintendo? Is it you're asking a question I don't have an answer to? Google it. I don't know. That's because their bread is dry. Honey mustard is different. Some can barely. Yeah, I imagine. What part of Canada you're in? Western. We do not have Culvers. No. Is this Aqua? Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of a Canadian, like, Canadians love mayo. I've never heard of anything quite like that. We like coffee, hockey, poutine, or if you're from Quebec, poutine. Couple other things, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do. You can read me like a book, can't you? I can't wait to not have to deal with raising and lowering the water levels. That was really annoying in the hack. I really don't think that was necessary. I think it made for some more diversification because you in the hack that we played, it can't just be a 1-to-1. Like, we didn't have the whole turn on the air humidifier thingies to whoops fix the humidity situation or whatever we did. But I absolutely hated how they handled the water section in the ROM hack that we played. It was stupid. That's just my opinion, though. Again, it doesn't. My opinion means nothing. You assumed I was from Midwest United States, really? Canadians love gravy and cheese and fries, not in that order. Yeah, poutine. I literally called it poutine. I said poutine, and then I literally said poutine. So I don't understand why we're still having this conversation. I'm just messing. No, it's like a thing that it's like cheese fries. Yeah, I know. You know what I like about this game more than Super? I like how many eye doors there are. I enjoyed the eye doors from Fusion a lot more than the ones from Super, and I like the variety and how many there are. Canadian chips are different. It's just the flavors, man. It's not like it's like, I mean, we eat Lay's here too. I think the only difference, like, we have Old Dutch chips here in Canada, and they're maybe, I don't know how I'd describe it, maybe a coarser chip, but I don't even know if that's a fair statement or not. Have I watched? Yeah, I've watched quite a bit of Letterkenny. I want to say at least like 5, maybe even 6 seasons. The song is awesome. Yeah, the like I said, I find that the music in Fusion is probably the best in the entire series for the most part. It's not my favorite tune. Probably my favorite song in all of Metroid is the tunnel theme from Metroid 2. I think Letterkenny's great. I don't think it's necessarily, like, people will watch Letterkenny and be like, that's Canada, huh? It's like, no, it's a portion of Canada. Not all Canadians are like that. It's like seeing something from New York and be like, oh yeah, you know, that must be those folks from New York, right? Maybe not the best explanation, but like, wait, can I not go through there? Oh wait, do I shoot? Oh, there we go. But I know people that are very similar to the gang in Letterkenny, the D-Gens and the Hicks, specifically the Hicks. It's like, oh, it used to really, it actually still kind of irritates me to a certain extent, but like people would be like, they'll see those clips from South Park of Canadians be like, that's Canadians, right? It's like, no, don't be stupid. Like, Canadians are relatively normal people. Like, we're it's annoying sometimes. It really is. Get portrayed as like these kooky weirdos. It's like, no, like, some people sound like they're from Texas. Some people sound like they're from Boston, you know, like, I thought it was all like Trailer Park Boys. Again, that's just another round of people. Very similar, like you'll in a typical, like, here's the thing, like in a typical Canadian city, you'll find people that sort of fill the personification of characters you'd see on a TV show. Like, there's some folks on Trailer Park Boys that, like, I know that type of person. But I feel like those type of people are also in the US, you know? Don't forget that it's North America, not just Canada and the US. You know, there's a lot of similarities. I know some of you guys are like, are you're like this guy, ah! But just clarifying for those that are actually curious. And if you're curious, in the wintertime, we actually have electric heaters in our igloos. It's kind of crazy. Ice cold coffee. Southwest America. And I know people from, yeah, there's not a whole lot of difference of styles of people necessarily. They just see it on a show and be like, Canada? Uh-huh. You know. A really good representation of the folks that like that are similar to my area. There's a TV show called Corner Gas, which I think is one of the best television shows ever made, specifically, you know, based on Canadians. It's a really good comedy series, you know, half an hour style episodes. Really, really great show. Highly recommend you guys check it out. Yo, what's up, Spooky? How's it going, man? Oh, really? I have the speed boost. I'm cheating. I'm using hacks. They call me King Hackerton. Okay, figure it out. I think part of it is just like playing the ROM hack, even though it didn't necessarily follow how the game is played. I'm kind of remembering stuff. Americans also stereotype Russians to basically say they're all insane and evil, like many of Russia's rulers. Well, that's just TV, right? I think that's the biggest issue. Is it's not necessarily like, there's obviously some people that think that way, but you know, they portray them as the enemy, which unfortunately is an easy thing to do in TV and media and stuff. Doesn't make it right. I'm curious to know if home air conditioning is commonplace. I know there are a couple of cities in the Northwest states that's it's not typical to have air conditioning, especially somewhat older homes, due to the fact that it doesn't get hot enough to justify. I think it's partially a comfortability thing and economics, and obviously, you know, where you live. Like yesterday and the day before, like I think one of the other reasons I didn't stream yesterday is just too damn hot in the house. It got close to 90 degrees in the house and I was just absolutely miserable. I do not like the heat. I've never, you know what? Give me 15 degrees Celsius every day and I'm pleased. I think that's like close to like 70 degrees or something like that. I don't speak Fahrenheit. But like even in Canada, random task, even in some of the coldest places, some people have central air. I think there's a show called North on Netflix. Oh, how cold does it get? So it can get, so I'm going to speak in Canada speech. So if you guys don't like that, too bad. I don't care. But like the coldest I've seen it is going to be like minus 45 degrees Celsius, which at minus 40 in Celsius and Fahrenheit is exactly the same. So hopefully that gives you guys kind of an idea. An average winter day can be anywhere from minus 10 to minus 20. That's average. And then, you know, we'll get a cold snap and it'll be 20s and above. Usually extreme cold starts at around a minus 25 and it kind of stays there for a little while when we have a cold snap. I morphed, but I wasn't paying attention that I actually hit the blocks to open it up. Minus 50, yeah. Yeah, it just depends on what's going on. It's not like, you know, some people think that because it's cold in Canada, it's cold all the time. That's not necessarily the truth. Sometimes it's really cold, sometimes it's fine. Some days in the middle of winter we'll have like days that are like above freezing temperature. It's really strange. Obviously, you know, part of that is probably due to like global warming and whatnot, but okay, so we need to open up the door, so I think I actually had to go down first. These doors are locked. All right. You lived in Calgary for a year. Calgary is an anomaly because they'll get like Chinooks where it's like really gorgeous, amazing weather for a little while. And it's just like, why? But then, of course, it'll have like typical cold ass weather. Okay, so I made a mistake somewhere. I think I needed to go back this way and then go down and through. Yeah. Now, do I go up this way to find? Nope, that's not it either. There's got to be a door feature somewhere around here. Dude. I just remember my cousin telling me that her house... Oh, it's this way. Right. Right, I remember. Minus 40 is the coldest you've ever been in. 2022, I want to say, was the year. I was up visiting my folks because it was Christmas time, and my brother and his then fiance, they were in the process of getting married, and we had a cold snap, and it was like minus 50 for a while. It was so cold that it warped the mirrors on my car, which was really, really weird. And like a lot of obviously vehicles wouldn't start, but the road was just constantly icy, even though it was the weirdest time. And as it warmed up, it caused there to be a ton of ice particles in the air. And so like driving home, like it would be like minus 14 degrees Celsius, and it was raining, like legit raining. But the problem is it was like minus, like it was cold out, so the rain would freeze the moment it hit the windshield. It was one of the weirdest things I've ever encountered driving, and I've been driving a long time. I'm 60 years old, so I know. I'm learned. I've been around the block, yo. Oh, we're getting super missiles here, ain't we? I'm using this cool technique called the damage boost. All right, take damage and I just keep on a trucking. Am I playing Fusion now? I'm gonna let you figure that out. I want you to figure it out. I believe in you, Meat Coffin. If you really don't know, I'll tell you. The colors of this game seem to be surprisingly dark. Oh, it's because of my capture card. Hold on. I'm not sure what it's doing, but he's playing Super Mario. No. Don't be like that. Don't do that. Let's see if that fixes it. We'll mute the audio. There, that looks better. Don't do that. He knows it's Metroid. Like you can't say that. You can't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't say that. I'll be 37 next year. Oh. Okay, fine, he's playing Zelda. You're impossible. I'm a little low on HP here. I'm a little nervous. Samus is PlayStation's mascot. Darn rights. It's actually Samus saying PlayStation. Thanks for the follow. Love this game so much. I think they will at some point in time. I'd be very surprised if they had no intentions to remaster. Well, remake. It'd have to be a remake for it to be worthwhile, I think. Give it the old Metroid 2 treatment that they did for the 3DS version. No Nintendo, they'd be like, you want a remake? How about we remaster Metroid 2 and just put it on the Switch? No, we want Fusion, you dummies. Nintendo will find a way to screw it up. They always do. Old reliable. Yo, thanks for the follow. Really? I didn't even know I was that low. I mean, I did try to shoot him. Well, and the problem is like, you know, like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to be a, yo, random test with a nifty gifty. Thank you so much.
Money talks, bull talks.
You tell him.
Check it out.
Let's check it out. It's like, it's the frustrating moments is like when Nintendo is like actually like a decent company for a change. Frickin' just run with it, would you? I'll just go from here. I don't even need to go the whole way through there. Oh, what's down here? Yeah, I'll take it. I didn't know that was here. Hell yeah. That'll make a difference, huh, guys? I'll win. Well, I didn't know exactly where the item was, but powers of deduction. I speak Metroid. But yeah, like Nintendo's greedy, and when they do things that are nice, you don't even really know it because they're such a divisive company to a certain extent. No, so your missiles just become super missiles, which is actually, I like that more. I just like having a more powerful missile. But from like a you know, especially like someone who plays like randomizers, like just having different types of missiles can make for more I guess diversity in how you approach certain things, I guess. Oh, I didn't kill him. So maybe this time what I'll do, chat, is I won't freaking die. That might be a good idea. The question is, am I capable of that? I actually thought if I was gonna die, it was the boss that was gonna kill me. My biggest problem was when we were going through here, I was like, I'm using the damage boost technique. Really worked out well for me. I ended up dying. Brilliant strategies, just don't die. I'm gonna try to apply that to my actual life too. Like when I get old, I'm just not gonna die. It's gonna be wicked. I'll be like 200 and they'll be like, how do you do it? And I'll be like, just freaking, just don't then. Thank you for the gift sub, dude. Is a Super Mario game? Yeah, just full out Super Mario, not even Metroid at all. That's right. Isn't there a save down here now that I think of it? Maybe I should save. Yeah. Oh, you dirty scoundrels, Nintendo. I knew better. What's over here? Sure. I haven't decided if I'm on 100% or not yet, so it'd be good to grab that anyways. Fusion? Mm-hmm. Yep. Darn rights. I should have, instead of that, I should have like tried to argue and be like, no, this is Halo. Reload the stream, you're watching the wrong game. Just like gaslight someone into think I'm playing Halo. No. Don't you recognize Mr. Chief? Okay. I guess that's the one dangerous thing of like trying to damage him too quickly. Oh, that was a lot faster. I'm on fire. It's pronounced gas lamping, not gaslighting. I'm so sorry. I'm new at this, okay? Yeah, OG Fusion. Yeah, the annoying part is I was so worried about this upcoming section here that I didn't want to die. Okay, stop moving and just jump. Where was it? Oh. Ah! Maybe one day I'll remember that's there and I won't struggle with that. I remember a few times I would try to do like jump balls and just made stupid mistakes. Is there any modded fusions? I've never played a modded fusion other than the Super Metroid fusion hack that I played. So no, sorry, got nothing. Gaslighting isn't real. Don't mansplain me. I'm like, dude, I'm like slightly getting like triggered a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. The fusion, Super Metroid Fusion mod. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I gotta be honest with you though, thinking about going back and playing again makes me not excited. I feel like that's a one and done for me. I might go and finish it 100% on my own time just to say I did. It was really impressive, but I don't know if I'd ever want to go back and play it again. The X-ray visor of Super Metroid, but I hate you as a Koopa Seeker. Yeah. No, I don't think so. She's gonna have such a good surprise birthday party. Just don't say anything. Just make sure she doesn't expect nothing. I've played Ascent. I've played lots of Super Metroid ROMs. There's most likely a good chance that I've played it to a certain extent. There's some I haven't, but can't play them all. I think Verticality might be my favorite one of all of them, though. There's just something about the progression that I just find so alluring. Thanks for the follow. A lot of people will say Subversion. Subversion's excellent too. There's a lot of really good Metroid hacks out there. Some people just really get what, like, they understand what makes Metroid fun, and they keep the progression feeling like something classic, but then they build on it and just make it feel more fresh and give you more things to do. Sometimes more isn't necessarily better. Like, I played some Metroid hacks where it's just like they're trying to push every single envelope and the game just is not fun to play. Same with like any sort of remake of anything or a ROM hack of like a Kaizo hack or RPG or stuff, you know, like I said, why did you drop a red one? Holy moly. Metroid Prime 2D. That was cool, but a lot of people will blame Nintendo for canceling it, but I don't think, I really don't think that Nintendo was out of line for doing that. It's one thing to like mod an existing game. It's another thing to take something that's an IP. Now, a lot of these, is it up? Do we missile it? No. There we go. A lot of these, the people making these games, obviously they're not trying to benefit financially from it, and they're putting all this sweat equity and work into it, but it's hard to aim too hard. I mean, same thing. I mean, oh right, I can't touch those. The bleed. Oh gosh, the bleed. Oh, it's gonna get me in trouble, yo. Please stop. Okay, where am I supposed to go? All right, we're going this way. Okay, all right, I'm dead. That's fun. Okay. The bleed from the fact that I played the ROM hack version of this game, and so nothing in my brain clued in that I'm not supposed to grab those, other than the fact that we're here now. So it was literally just going from like, oh, more of these things that I can pick up. Actually, no, you can't pick these up. Don't pick these up. They'll kill you. I didn't clue in at all. Sorry, yeah, like, again, that's hard because it is a custom game, but at the same time, like, they did really, it's its own program. So you couldn't just like, it's a ROM hack is a different thing. And if Nintendo shuts down ROM hacks, there's a good chance that a lot of people are just going to sign off from them forever. And, you know, as big of a fan of Nintendo as I am, once you own a game, you should have, especially a game from the 90s for pity's sakes, you should have access to do whatever the heck you want to it. But if you're taking an existing franchise, something like, and this, the only reason I understand this is I've had this happen where I would make like there was this one, I don't even remember the name of the creator, but I would make posts and I would like come up with something unique and I'd find pictures and I'd be like, you know, I don't have a good example, but I would self-create posts and pictures and Photoshop and this. I would go through all the work of making it, posting it, and this person would just copy past it, take my pictures, take my text, and make it their own. I cannot tell you how mad that makes me when I've worked hard at making something and someone just takes it and goes, yo, what do you guys think? And so that's kind of, I can understand Nintendo to a certain extent. You know, they own the intellectual property of Metroid. Someone's taking it and making their own thing with it and setting it off. I think what the problem is when you know, I think it's a BS reason, obviously, but like, let's say like, you know, someone puts all these things in, and then at the end of the game, Samus shows her boobs or something, which is very unlikely. That can give Nintendo bad light because a lot of people don't understand the modding scene and whatnot. What if taken your work and remixed it? Without my permission, I don't appreciate it. Anytime that I've used or borrowed anyone's intellectual property, I've always asked for permission because I just think that's the right thing to do. Is there not a... No, there's not. Making a modded game is part of the culture. If Nintendo cuts that, they'll bleed. Yeah. It really is... It's a very difficult dance and a conversation to have. Because I can explain so many different reasons and things that will, you know, try to justify the way I feel about certain things, and Nintendo will justify the way that they feel about certain things. At the end of the day, it's a very, I just think it's an overall difficult conversation to have to a certain extent. So while I don't endorse Nintendo constantly, like, you know, shutting stuff down and, you know, having that elitist mentality, at the same time I sometimes can also understand where they're coming from at certain points. I'm not a complete Nintendo sucker that all they do is 100% hits, and they're, you know, they're not a greedy corporation, because they are. I'm not moving. I got killed so much in that ROM hack to this son of a gun that I'm not even gonna risk it. There's no point. Nothing could be worth more than me going down there right now, so I'm just chilling. Get lost. I don't think they're making money from Super Metroid, other than the fact that they'll post the game on the Switch and you pay expansion pass, but I don't think it's direct revenue. And no, I'm not talking about ROM hacks. I'm talking about people making their own games. All I'm saying is I understand when Nintendo shuts a project down like that, goes after AM2R or goes after the 2D Prime game. I get it. I understand it. To a certain extent. I think what Nintendo should do, especially if there's hype around projects like that, instead of making the people pay a price, you know, shutting their project down, or even going as far as like suing them, I think they should hire them. Do what they did with Sonic Mania. I think that was a really great. So this boss fight in the ROM hack version of this sucked ass. I hated it. I don't want to be overly rude, but I think if you made the enemy size a little bit smaller, like I felt like I just had to get lucky to win that fight against this boss fight to getting this suit in the ROM hack. I really disliked how they handled it. Now, to be fair, this boss fight is really like to get your Varia suit. This fight is a little too simple in my opinion, but I really disliked how they handled it in the ROM hack that we played. They all can't be hitters and winners though. So. You guys ready for the ugliest suit in the Metroid franchise, in my opinion? Da-na-na-na-na-na, gross! Ew, I hate it. I hate it. It looks like poop and puke at the same time. All right, so now I can go back to just collecting those and turning my brain off. Oh, it does a lot more damage, but I think that's based on the difficulty. I'd be interested to play that on easy and see how much damage the SAX does to me then. You know what I mean? I hate that forced, like, trajectory off the wall. That's one of the things I really despise about the controls of this game, is wall jumping. I'm fine with the fact that I can't wall jump on one wall, because it does obviously cause the game to be broken in certain ways. You know, there's things that I can do in the OG Super Metroid game that the developers probably didn't necessarily intend on, but also were fine if I sequence break in a certain way. But the fact that when you do a wall jump in this game and it just like catapults you off the wall is so annoying to me. If that was fixed, this would be a top contender for one of my favorite Metro games, hands down. No arguments. Yeah, when it comes to poop takes, I got good takes. Poopies. Mustard yellow desert commando suit. Mmm, delicious. How could you put the game down? You're a walking turd barf. Which honestly is not a bad name for a band, so if you guys want to take it, I'll just take 15% royalties, that's all. I think the like the gift of that band name is worth the royalty cost. I think you'd agree. We are Poop Barf. Good night. I don't think you can trademark Turd Barf. Watch me. I'm ending the stream right now. See you guys later. Just like, what would you guys think if I actually like solidly like actually went and did that? I'd hope you guys would unfollow me. I think that's that's a worthy unfollowing reason. Just end the stream just to like trademark something stupid like that. Legend, you think so? You're full of it. You're a liar. Don't give me that ego. I don't need that crap. Hey guys, drop a follow. Follow me on Twitch too. Do it. Sub. Spend money. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's it. Unfollowed. I was gonna sub and then you asked for it and then I wasn't gonna do it. It's funny that having an ice beam would reject my cellular makeup, but in taking in a green X parasite would increase my ammo count, and then from that I can eject an ice missile. Just doesn't make sense to me. Next person that comes over to TikTok to Twitch will get us. Can I do it? Walking turd barf. That would be the sequel of Walking Dead that I would actually watch to get back into it, you know? Beep, boop, boop. The music is just so good in this game. I can't help it. The more I play Fusion, because I play it at least once a year, the more I play this game, the more I like it. It's a good game. This playthrough specifically is changing my opinion of the game. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. Mostly because, partially due to the fact that you guys are just keeping the conversation up. It's not one of those streams where I'm just like, hey guys, what's going on? How are you? And you're just like, I'm not telling you, asshole. Who do you think you are? Trust me, there's been streams like that. It's not fun. I hate it. Sometimes streaming really sucks. Most times though, it's awesome. Like today. Today's awesome. It's days like today that make me wish I didn't have to move away from this as my job. Let's go this way. Ba, 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 ba. Did you see any of the mangas? The power up? No, I haven't. Can't say I have. Ba, 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 ba. Fusion is my favorite, the first real exposure to 2D Metroid. I like the one thing, so I'm just comparing. I thought that the addition of the temperature system in the Fusion Super remake thing that we played, I think that was a really, really great addition. Very enjoyable. I've played Battle Network 1 and 2 back in the day, and I enjoyed those games for the most part. I could never see myself playing any more than that, though. I feel like those games are very dated for whatever reason. I would have a hard time jumping back into it, but I did love playing those games back in the day, especially the grinding, you know, grinding enemies and trying to get HP ups. And any game that makes getting specific power-ups really enjoyable to me is always really a really good feeling. You know, where you go from feeling, you know, reasonably powerful to like very powerful is an experience that I quite enjoy. Thanks for the follow. What games were you just talking about being grindy? I don't know. My ADHD goldfish brain just kicked in there. I don't know exactly what I just said. I'm sorry. Oh, Mega Man Battle Network. OG Metroid is a grind. Yeah. That's why I recommend checking out Metroid Planets. I played that earlier this year, and it's like hands down my favorite way to play Metroid 1. Like, I don't like Metroid 1, but that game made me like Metroid 1. How that game hasn't gotten shut down by Nintendo is a fascinating thing to me. I'm thinking about doing an SMZ3 tomorrow. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. That's if I don't finish this today, but even then I might do it tomorrow. Metroid Planets, yeah, it's like a remake of and it's you can play it on PC. It's like its own thing of Metroid 1. It's really, really good. More SMZ3. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that. I haven't done SMZ3 in a hot minute, to be fair. Am I going the wrong way? I am. Yeah, Metroid 1, I think Metroid 1 is absolutely a product of its time to a certain extent and should be treated as such, because there's a lot of decisions made in those games that just don't make any sense. And we're just like a product of its time, obviously. Just a lot of areas were filler just for the sake of being filler. This is just vanilla Fusion. After playing through that ROM hack, I wanted to play the OG game. The creepiness of this area and its theme song are cranked up in Fusion. I hate you. I hate you even more. Ooh! Late jump. Got it. I'm the best in the world. Fusion needs a break with sequence breaking. The problem with sequence breaking is if it needs it, then it'll be forced sequence breaking, and forced sequence breaking is annoying. Sequence breaking that is unintended is so much better. But I know what you're saying. I straight up hear you, dog. Should I just go back? Oh, yeah, we'll just go this way. I mean, the fact that you offered me two option of fusion or zero mission, I thought I'd give you some time just to figure it out. I believed in you. I'm glad I didn't answer it for you right away. Dread sequence breaking was meh. Oh, well, that's the thing. I do like the fact that you can. Okay, so I will say that forced sequence breaking or sequence breaking that's built into the game is kind of annoying. And while there was a bit of that in Dread, I do like the fact that you were rewarded for getting bombs early, and you can kill Kraid way faster and way cooler. So I will say I enjoyed that. It's not completely a mistake, but when you encounter sequence breaking and you can do that on your own, there's Nightmare. When you can do the sequence breaking because you discovered it and it actually changes the experience of the game, like it does in Super, very enjoyable. Because when there's sequence breaking, but it's intended by when it's intended by the developer, it just feels, to me, it just feels like, there you go. You're like, it's almost like I'm having my hand held, and I don't find that to be fun in the slightest. Bum bum bum. Listen to the quality of that voice. The Game Boy Advance was really underrated, I think. Like, if you ever wanted to know how good the Game Boy Advance was graphically, check out the opening sequence in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, I think it's called. The graphics in that opening sequence are unbelievable. What is sequence breaking? It's playing the game in a different way than the developer intended. So for example, in Super Metroid, I can get Wave Beam before I get Grapple Beam. I actually can get into Wreck Ship before I get Varia Suit or Grapple Beam or Speed Booster. It's quite something. Love energy warnings like this. You're into warnings. The fusion sequence break, that's cool too, but again, that's just Nintendo going, we know. The best sequence breaks are the ones that the company doesn't know about. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. Can I play what on PC? Play Metroid Planets on PC. Ba 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 da. Ba 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 da. Fusion's great. It's growing on me. Like, I've always enjoyed this game, but it's never been my favorite. Did I like Dread? I love Dread. I think I personally, this is just my opinion, but this is coming from someone who's played multiple, like when I say multiple Metro games, I mean, I've probably played more Metro games than all of you. That's just, again, I could be completely wrong about that, but based on my experience, I've played multiple Metro games so many times. Like I played every single one except for Federation Force, and I've played it countless times. I mean, I've just Super Metroid alone, I've played and beat over probably at least 1,000 times through speed runs and other means. You can count that or not, it's up to you, but I would say that Dread is the best made 2D Metroid based on a lot of factors. Is it my favorite? No. Its experience is really, really solid. The way that the game performs is insanely solid. The pacing is insanely solid. It's just a really well-rounded experience. Dread is incredible. Super will always be my favorite. Just I find it just to be a more entertaining game to play based on what you can do with it. From just a standalone experience, I think Dread is better to a certain extent. I'm not gonna give it like the biggest, you know, reward rave feature or anything like that, but it's great. It's a really great Metroid game. It's really no other way to describe it. And again, as someone, you know, whose favorite series is Metroid, and, you know, we don't get a lot of Metroid games, we don't. To see it get such rave reviews as it did was, for me, was such a wonderful thing to see. I was so happy. Because it's one thing to get a Metroid game, you know, it's another thing for it to be, like, reviewed really positively. Wave beam or wide beam. Haven't played many, so anything besides Super and Fusion is new to me. Again, I'm so jealous. I wish I was in that kind of. One thing that kind of butchered the X and Fusion storytelling, the X Fusion's Nightmare has almost done none of the foreshadowing build up of Fusion Nightmare for starters. I think you can design smart sequence breaks. The issue is being creative and outside of the box. Well, yeah, and like again, like I find it very difficult. Is there anything over here? I've always wondered. No, I guess not. Hello, Sir Nick. It's just difficult to know, like, you know,
I'm also gonna need you to go ahead.
if is it intelligently designed, is it not? And really, when you look at some of the mechanics that we abuse in Super Metroid, I mean, the same could technically be said about it. Is that designed, or is it just like a happy little accident, right? I mean, there's some aspects of Super's sequence breaking, some of the things that are broken in it that are absolutely not intended. And had they known about it, they would have patched it, which I'm so glad they can't. Which makes me nervous with some of the, like, if you look at the early days of speedrunning Dread, there was a lot of really goofy things that you could do to really break the game, and of course they patched it out. And to a good reason, because, you know, if someone, the speedrunning community is not the overarching community that Nintendo is trying to chase after. If you're playing the game and because usually a lot of the sequence breaks and a lot of things that make the game faster or do different things, we accidentally stumble upon. Reinhardt, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it for the 18 months. Appreciate you, man. Are usually like stumbled upon, right? And so like, next to the follow, you know, you're thinking like, you know, a lot of the glitches, and you'd have to look them up, but there was one glitch where like Samus would like run sideways and the screen would like freeze, but then you'd get to move through rooms without taking damage. So I think you can get like screw attack early or something like that. You know, if you're playing the game just an average Joe, you're probably terrified, and Nintendo wants to mitigate those issues. But again, yo, thanks for the gaming controller, homie. I appreciate that. Again, I always find myself to be in two camps in this conversation, because at one point I think about the average consumer, and then I think about the hardcore gamer. And Nintendo makes decisions that usually are protecting the average consumer that doesn't really give much of a shit about the things that we're talking about. And it really only bothers, you know, the hardcore community, the ones that it's more than just a simple game. So I get both sides of the story. Well, he used all caps on my name. Uh-oh. They always patch the fun stuff. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I'm not saying it's okay. I wish there was a 2D Castlevania with more emphasis on puzzle exploration and killing. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, you're never gonna get a Castlevania like you used to, though. So it's hard. My gripes with Fusion is that we don't get the Fusion supers are still icy. My gripes with this game are just how Samus feels. She's way too slow. I'm missing some comments. If I missed your comment, please comment again. X-ray scope writes data into the game's memory. You can actually kill a cartridge. Really? I know you can soft lock the game or hard lock it. I wish there was a 2D. Okay, I read that. Playing OG? Yes, sir. Yes, I am. Thank you for the resub, dude. We need a Metroid card. Yes, exactly. Stop what we're doing. Nintendo, stop what you're doing. Make me a Metroid. I want to see Ridley in a little go-kart. If you know anything, yeah, I did see the news about Silk Song. I knew that we were gonna get something because when they had the trailer for it, they said in 48 hours they're gonna have something else. Team Cherry wins the internet. Was it 2 weeks away? This is Fusion. Yes. Pick a side. Wow, you said that and then barely gave me any time and then capitalized my name and posted the same message. Joel, I need you to calm down, man. I'll get to it. Now I'm gonna read every comment except for yours. No, I'm kidding. Pick a side. Horror Metroids, Fusion Hunters, Metroid Prime 2, Dread, all other adventure Metroids. I don't see a lot of the differences with those. I see them to a certain extent. Problem of calling this, see, Fusion is a horror Metroid, but it's also an unbelievably linear experience that you don't really have a lot of opportunities to be lost. So it's hard for me to choose. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'll always just revert to the whatever the style super is. Samus says, well, yeah, Samus feels really heavy in this game. A Lament of Innocence remake would be fire. I'm not familiar with that. Coming out on the 4th. There's a lot of stuff coming out in September. I'm actually really excited. A lot of really good updates for my favorite game right now, Destiny, which I think Destiny's definitely in my top 5. It's not so much the game is fun, but it's what the experiences it provides with you and your friends. You thought you were gonna get buried? Now you're good, man. It's okay. Don't be sorry. I'm can't take me too seriously. You guys can't. Please don't take me serious to a certain extent. I beg of you. Please don't. I think outside of the Phazon suit, this has the best suit. Blech. Please tell me you're joking. Literally, I just got this suit. This is the worst looking suit in the franchise. Gag me. I like the OG Fusion suit. That's it. I don't really care for the Gravity suit, and I hate Faria suit. I think it's the grossest suit ever. I'm sorry. Love Destiny 2, but it's like a toxic relationship you can't escape. I've escaped it. After the Final Shape came out, I distanced myself. I distanced myself from Destiny 2 mostly because they fired a lot of their staff that really bothered me. No, exactly, Mikoff, and you're finally getting it. I'm so proud of you. Guys, drop a follow. Follow me on Twitch too. Do it. You won't even. I bet you won't. But the face-on suit is great. I really love the PED suit from Corruption. I think that's an underrated suit, honestly. I will say that the new expansion leaves a lot to be desired, James, but the way that they've managed the armor system and how they've made the grind feel, it's very addicting. Because not only can you get, you know, armor and weapons, but they drop at different tiers as you level up, and higher tiers have some of the best stats possible, and you get multiple like weapon attack perks and stuff like that. So it's very addictive, and I'm having a hard time like putting it down. But the expansion's not really all that great, if I'm being completely honest with you. Oh, it must be one lower then. Oh wait, I must have messed this up. Doesn't matter the version of the game, I can't get this room to go right the first time. Don't do that to yourself. Let the man decide. The fusion suit on Prime. Yeah, that was super cool. That was an exciting time. Oh, okay. What made you want to play this game again? So this is not the ROM hack off. This is actually Metroid Fusion. So it's actually like not the same thing necessarily. If that makes any sense. But really, that's just it. I played that ROM hack and it made me want to play the OG version. Pretty cut and dry. I don't think I can explain it any better than that. I played the ROM hack and it made me yearn for this. Oh. New suit in Prime 4 looks so good. So I haven't I've seen like one trailer of Prime 4. That's it. I've stayed suit, like they showed off a bunch of stuff with a boss fight and some other things. It's killing me, but I'm not looking at it. I want to be in the dark. I guess you misunderstood me. Okay, so, well, to be fair, what you said was, what made you play this game again? And so my previous experience with you was on the ROM hack. So you saying that statement didn't really give me a whole lot to go off of. But I've played Fusion a whole bunch of times. Yeah, I can't wait for Prime 4. I'm really excited. My biggest concern is whether I stream it or not, you know? Because when I stream things, I am relegated to doing things only on stream. And so when I'm in downtime, I can't really play a lot. But it also, like, you know, when I stream it, it brings the hype. So it's always a toss-up when I decide to stream games and not stream others. Yeah, Fusion. I just assumed everyone has played Fusion. Probably shouldn't assume things. To be more clear, why did dude, I already explained it. I just wanted to play it. Oh, I don't know. I just wanted to play it. That we didn't get the Fusion suit in Prime Remastered, unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's not in their master. I don't know. I don't remember seeing anything about it. So we're going down to 5. I would want to give it my full attention. Well, and like, to be fair, like I do give things full attention, you know, like I've streamed some of the coolest games and the games that I'm most excited about. So like, you know, yeah, I don't know in what I said that made it seem that I haven't played this before. My apologies. I used to own this game on the Game Boy Advance. But why did you want to play Fusion? Because when I was looking at my horoscope, which I don't believe in, great success playing this game, and so I'm all about the dollars and bucks. All I want to do is be able to buy more Ferraris, and so why do I want to play Fusion? Because I want more money. I know why you said it, Meekop, and I know. That's not good enough! Tell me why you want to play this game! Not good enough, streamer. So I think what I'll do is I won't 100% this, but I will go and play the whole game. That way I don't have that lingering over me. And tomorrow we can do we'll do an SMZ3 tomorrow, I think, barring, you know, something interrupting the stream. Fusion equals cash money. You know it, bro. I'm rolling in it. Wait, this is your first time? Yes. Yep. You nailed it. You figured me out. This is my first time. We're going back to here. Interesting that we get to reuse this twice. Sometimes it feels like some of these upgrades are not deserved, and other times it's kind of cool that you expect to grab an item and then it floats away. I love how it handles that sometimes. Power bombs. I don't think Nick has ever played it. Yeah, this is what I'm like Tim Robinson, and I Think You Should Leave, when he's like driving the car. He's like, I don't know how to. Touches the steering wheel and he's like, ah! I mean, what you could you say certain aspects of fusion is if anything, if I was to give an actual answer, I would say I'm just basically comparing between the version that I played with the ROM hack and this version, I guess. This game's too easy. You should have died in one shot, Nick. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Sometimes it's like you guys want like the most detailed answers, and sometimes like I give them and it's like, yeah, I don't care. So I don't know, but hopefully that satisfies you. I'll say this is a lot easier next fusion. Well, it's also super different, and I was playing that on normal mode. This must be an easy mode. I bet I wouldn't be surprised if you play X Fusion on easy mode. The damage is going to be pretty much the same with her doing, I was about 2 E-tanks, give or take. Not enough detail, elaborate. How about this? If you guys want detail, I'll tell you how my poop went this morning. How's that sound? You want that? Trust me, you don't want to know. Cool story, bro. Almost dies. Yeah, I know. I know, okay? I know. I'm aware of what happened. You don't have to tell me. That's called streamer karma. You guys don't know anything about it. Nothing about it. It's wild, and it's in your face, and it's happening. And it's wicked, and it's so cool. In order to be a good streamer, which I know I am. I'm up there, man. There's gotta be some sort of feigned self-confidence that eventually will kick you in the ass later. Otherwise, are you even streaming? I'm not interested in watching someone that's just like unsure of themselves and scared. I need overconfidence or I'm gone. I would love to know how your poop went this morning. Well, I'm not gonna force you guys to listen, but all I will say is mission successful. You know what I mean? All right. I feel so bad for someone just literally swiping up and being like, well, that's another guy I'm not gonna watch. You know, Clayton, no one ever says stuff like that to a streamer, and that's the stuff that I live for, and I just want to say thank you. Everybody judges me and bases and is you know, saying terrible things about me and judging me and then judging me and all that, and you're saying the stuff that I want to hear. You're saying the stuff that matters. I hope you're getting enough fiber. Thank you. I feel like your viewership jumps. Yeah. Maybe on TikTok. Twitch is dying. My Twitch channel is dying. Hemorrhaging. I don't know what I've done. Whatever, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Hope you're getting enough protein. Oh, you know I am. Please don't go bald. I feel like my hair loss situation is kind of... These guys are in the OG game. I had no idea. My hair loss situation has definitely gotten a little better over the past little while. Probiotics, yes, very much so. I take good care of myself. What's my favorite protein? Well, I'll show you. This little guy right, he's delicious. I love eating cat. I don't mean that. Your timing, dude, could not be any better. Thank you so much. I really like chicken wings. I'm a sucker for chicken wings. Hey, buddy. Breaking up the monotony, are you? I wish I had a car. Kind of hairy, though. You talking about him or me? Get lost. You made me drop my garbage, dingus. Hold on. All jokes aside, I know why my Twitch channel is hemorrhaging, but... Aw, man. PS5 Pikmin. This is Metroid. It's on Game Boy Advance, but I'm playing it on the Switch. Yeah, I mean, the only one I'm not a huge fan. I don't care for. I'm not a big fan of pork. I really don't like pork. Is this on PS5? No, it's Game Boy Advance. I recorded a fox carrying a soccer ball, but a few days later I saw him carrying a cat. Really? Are you a fan of Oats and Goats? Of course I am. Oats and Goats and I are somewhat familiar. We've raided each other. He's a good dude. I really like Oats and Goats. Where's this? Is it over here, the save? Oh, this is off. You're gonna tell me that I don't like, you're gonna, I do like bacon. I'm not like a bacon freak. Like there's so many people that put bacon on this weird pedestal that is just absolutely aggravatingly annoying. They're just all about bacon. But yeah, like I enjoy it. I'm more a ham guy though. That's the one pork product that I kind of go nuts for. I like when it comes to like Thanksgiving or Christmas or something, or even Easter, like everybody's all like, oh, I love turkey. And I'm like, I don't want turkey. I want ham. Ham is so good. I'm only into do-si-doing. Well, I just don't like turkey. I'm not saying it's the like it's bad or whatever. I really like this area atmospherically, but the spider boss is a pain in the ass. I also think the arena is really cool for it. Mega Man. yeah, the one of the Sigma stages, that's right. See, you know what's interesting? For some reason when we were playing this the other day and he grabbed me, I was confused because I feel like he didn't do that in this version, but I stand corrected. He totally grabs you. It's so laughable to me. Like, I used to struggle with this boss as a kid, and I'm kind of just cakewalking it. But like, I know I'm not the only person that struggled with this guy on their first playthrough. It sounds like he's oinking. Do you hear that? Homeboy is oinking. Like, I know as a kid I died to that guy more times than I'm willing to admit. What's he dropping? His belongings, I don't know. This is the one boss that either is really hard or extremely easy. No middle ground, yeah. Steak is overrated. I used to like steak more than I do now. I'd rather have chicken wings than steak. That boss puts worms in earworms. I still struggle with the guy. He usually kills you. Fun fact, these guys are actually the final boss of this area. These guys can eat farts. That's an unfollow. All right, see you later. I get it. Don't think I don't. I get it. Damn it. Doo-doo. Yeah, Metroid's my favorite franchise. I'm with you on that one. Love this stuff. Come on now. There we go. Alright, let's try again. Yeah, this is another section that was really tough as a kid for sure. There was a lot about this game that was just really tough. Uh-oh. If you set a power bomb in the top part of the room, you get to listen to the SAX freaking out. Really? Do we immediately get plasma? Like, pretty much, right? Man, I've got wicked heartburn right now. I might have to either take a break or deal with it. Last night, oh my god. I know that. I thought the plant part would be like right away. I know it's coming up. I just thought it would be like right there. See what I mean? It's the end. The boss isn't bad. It's these. Even the SAX isn't bad. It's these damn enemies that do so much damage to you. It's rough stuff, bro. I just gotta use more missiles, I guess. No, last night Sarah and I went and we ordered from this new shawarma place in town, and I like hot food. I prefer hot food, something with a little bit of spice. And so I decided to get one of their medium shawarma wraps, and then I went and got a hot one. And the medium one was warm, and so the hot one scared the crap out of me, and so I decided to have the hot one today, and I got wicked bad heartburn because of it. Yeah, shawarma's good, but I got, like, I could only eat half of the wrap. It was way too hot. It was way too hot to be enjoyable, I will say that. Like, I like hot food, but like there's a point where some things just get too hot that it's not tasty anymore. That's kind of where I got with it. Yeah, I got wicked bad heartburn right now. Yeah, I'm actually curious to see how much damage they do, but I don't want to get hit, so I'm not gonna. That's what I had to do. And then we have power bombs, so we can get through here, right? Yeah. Oh, that's locked off to us. Bummer. That's also locked off. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. So is all that's here? Oh, there's a power bomb here. I couldn't remember if that was in the hack that we played. Finally. Save data. No! Saving is for wussies. Like I'm fine with punishing myself, but it's got to be like it's got there's the spice to flavor ratio has to make sense. Oh, so that's it. Wow. This was very impressive that they got this into that ROM hack version and the way that it's handling. Because it's like the slippery slopes there. That's crazy annoying. Oh shoot, these plants are spitting stuff out. I don't remember that happening. Okay, cool. I'm gonna die again. I love how, like, the super missiles just feel like they hit like a truck. Yeah, we're dead. Spice for the sake of, spice is unnecessary. Yeah. Like, if the first thing that you taste is literally, like, just heat, I feel like that's a mistake, but again, everyone is different and everybody's spice levels are different. And I think partially, too, it's like a cultural thing. Like if spice is just normally in the food that you eat, then it's just kind of like, oh, this is just normal, you know? All right, let's try that again, but not dying. And bro's also reading chat and playing the game and trying to be entertaining, but you got me. You look at that, man. You got me good. You burned me. Nice one. Thanks for the good luck, Renner. Is there any Softlocks infant Metroid games that you can think of? What do you mean by infant Metroid games? What do you mean by that, Joel? I think this is one of the worst looking plasma beams in the franchise. It looks so boring, but it's so powerful. Meanwhile, you've got these missiles that just like shake the screen. What's up here? Oh, right. I guess we want to go back up to navigation, right? Oh. Always wanted a New Game Plus where you can play with all the upgrades. You know, it's one thing that I would do if you feel that way is I would look at playing a randomizer. It's not completely like a New Game Plus, but like, you know, specifically with like when I'm playing Super Metroid and the first item I get maybe is like Screw Attack or Plasma. What it allows me to do is like experience the game in different ways. So like if you have Charge and Plasma Beam and you take on Dragon, you can one-shot him, which is really cool. You wouldn't know that from playing the game normally unless you skip Dragon, which you can. But, you know, I would check out a randomizer. It'd be kind of fun. Not asking because I want you to do them. Just curious. Are you asking if there is fusion speedruns? Because absolutely. I mean, there's speedruns of just about anything out there, game-wise. People will speedrun the weirdest stuff just to have the world record. I do like how this game gives you plasma before I wave. Doesn't Dread do that as well? The suit color for this beam is cool. I hate the color of the suit, but the beam is cool. I guess it works, but I think that's one of the worst looking Varia suits ever. Just being honest. What are my thoughts on pomegranate? I haven't had pomegranate in forever, but I think it's a really it's a pain in the ass to eat, but it's delicious. I'm pretty sure you get wave is one of the last beams that you get. Is New Game Plus infinite? No. I don't know of any Metro game that has New Game Plus. The one thing I don't like about this game is still hand-holding. That's not necessarily the issue that I have with this game. I think my biggest issue is just the way the controls. But if you think that's bad, I think Zero Mission is worse. What Metroid is this one? I want you to take a guess. Or someone will just tell you. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Are we using this room again? No, this is what we're supposed to do. Super Duper Metroid. That is actually a ROM hack. It's a pretty good ROM hack at that point. No, this is Super Metroid 2. Fusion harder for kisses. I don't know. It made sense in my head. You can judge me if you want, but I don't care. Look how slow I move. Too fusion, too fast. We'll figure it out. Nothing like getting space jump for the game to be like, water? No space jump, haha. Yo, what's with the all caps, homie? Turn that all caps off, I believe in you. This was on the Game Boy Advance. The scuba pirates are annoying, yeah. I agree. Man, are we fighting? Yeah, we are. This is another boss fight that I really struggled with as a kid, and then I just realized sometimes taking intentional damage to get all, like, amazing amount of hits is way more important. I don't see this boss as an iconic boss in any stretch of the imagination, though. Greatest bosses ever. I couldn't disagree more. He's cool. Iconic? No. Not even slightly. In my opinion. Again, it's just my opinion. It doesn't mean that your opinion's wrong. It's just I just don't think he's interesting. Again, just to clarify for those that need more clarification, just because I disagree with an opinion doesn't mean that that doesn't invalidate your opinion, just like your opinion doesn't invalidate mine. Oh, okay, user, no worries. It's all good. I was just being cheeky. I wasn't really, like, trying to get you to... I wasn't trying to be a dick. Well, Julie! Unsubscribe, you piece of trash! I like the second stage of the Metroid Prime. Like the Metroid Prime boss fight. I think the Metroid Prime fight start to finish is really good, personally. I'm not overly like one way or the other with it. Right. Nailed it. So good. This isn't my forte. Super Metroid is my forte. Hot take, I think Other M is overrated. It's not a hot take with me, my friend. I agree with you. I've always said that I think that I should go back actually before we continue here. I think that Other M is a bad Metroid game, but I think it's a good video game. What I mean by that is like when it comes to like a lot of how Metroid is handled with the atmosphere, story progression, and overall feel, I think that it really misses the mark. But I think as just a standalone, just an experience as a video game, I think there's a lot worse out there that you could be playing. If there was a different name tied to the game, I think it would be not so poorly accepted. But I also don't think that it's a good video game. I don't think it's a good Metroid game. I have a difficulty with agreeing with people that think that it's a good video game. Sorry, it's a good Metroid game. I should clarify and say that properly. Prime 3 was your favorite. Prime 3 is probably my least favorite Prime game. What's happening, Oliver? How you doing, man? Yo, thanks for the nanner, dude. Potassium. Oh, potassium. Am I skipping the fusion? No. At least I don't think so. I don't know this game well enough to do stuff like that. You guys need to remember I'm an NSM player. That's my main game. So I don't know all the ins and outs and secrets of these games. A lot of the other Metroid games I just play for fun. Super though, when it comes to Super, I'm reasonably knowledgeable. I'm good, man. Thank you for asking. Can I do the riff? Can I redo the floor? I miss it. No, honestly, I was going to, but I heard from the CEO of TikTok, and he's like, "Bro, we can't be having you redoing the floors like this, man." I was like, "Are you for reals, bro?" And he's like, "Dude, I'm for reals." So unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. There's an E-tank in here? Yeah. The final boss fight in Dread is still my favorite boss fight in the series. It's up there for me for sure. When you play Super Metroid casually, to me, Mother Brain is just a scripted sequence, and that is not fun. So I love the fact that Ravenbeak is actually a reasonable challenge and requires more than just stand and charge and shoot and jump. Speedrunning Super Metroid makes Mother Brain a lot more fun because you have to avoid attacks based on your health pool. If you're doing 100%, I don't think it's a big deal, but usually I'm doing anywhere from a 3 to 4 E-tank run. and one catch-up beam means you're dead. And your complete run is over, and when you invest anywhere from 40 to 60 minutes, that's a painful loss. How am I supposed to get out of here, though? I guess not through that way, then. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Wizpost, no. The only runs I've ever done of this are casual. I've done shit runs, like I've played this game on the toilet. I'm delightful. Like the stream. Just like it. Just do it. I refuse to laugh. That was not funny. Alright. Be that way. As a very casual gamer, Ravenbeak feels overly turned. You've mentioned that before, yeah. It's definitely a step above. But I will say, I think as a final boss experience of the final game in the Metroid saga, essentially, I feel like it's appropriate. Personally, that's just my opinion, though. I've missed something. Right. Right. No, I've not touched the Quadrando. I'm not super familiar with Zelda 1 and 2. So I feel like if I even remotely tried to attempt it, it would just be torture. And I would rather not do that, personally. Yeah, it is, Kyle. It's really cool. No, I understand, Taste. I get it. I get it. You like watching other people fight him? Actually, I don't think I'm necessarily supposed to go out. Oh, we're far past that. We're in endgame territory now. We've only got a few upgrades left. Well, it doesn't show you when you don't have something. Never mind. We gotta get Screw Attack, Wave Beam. I think that's it. I love that Adam's like, how dare you get all these upgrades, you stupid jerk. And it's like, I was just trying to move forward, man. Like, calm down, and computer Adam guy douchebag. Is your objective clear? No! Well, like, I think one of the, like, if you look back, oh, gotta go to 6. I think one of the reasons that, people love Resident Evil 2, there's a lot of reasons, But there's something so exciting about constantly having to have eyes in the back of your head with Mr. X chasing you around. And so I think people secretly, that was a tough word. I got it out though. I think people secretly love the concept of just always having to be on edge. And it makes replaying the game that much more fun. All right, sounds good, Random Task. Appreciate you. Yeah, like, sorry, I'm getting a little distracted, but I think always having the randomness of something chasing you makes the game a lot more fun to play. And it's why I wish that, like, if there was a combination of the Emmys and the SAX, I think that would be a really, really wonderful combination and be the best version of both. But also being something that can chase you randomly. And maybe, you know, at the beginning of the game, you can just decide, oh, I want the, you can tune the aggressiveness of the enemies or whatever. You know, I can make the aggressiveness of the SAX easy, medium, or hard or whatever. And sort of, you know, kind of customize your experience. Because again, if you make something so universal where, you know, people can't get past the game because the SAX is too aggressive, then you're going to be in the same situation that Pomegranate is in with how aggressive the how difficult Ravenbeak can be. Screw attack. I really enjoyed my playthroughs of Resident Evil 5. I thought it was a really well done, one of the best remakes I've ever encountered. I think it's even better than the remake of 4, however. I really enjoyed 4 as well. The remake of 4 was a lot of fun. Can't go that way either. Like, to me, I wish the SAX fight was better because I think Ravenbeak is the better fight. SAX is the better bad guy. I can agree with you to a certain extent. I am not going nearly the way that I expected I was going to be going. Yeah, I don't think this is the right way. I think if Ravenbeak did a better job of making his presence known throughout the story rather than just being the big reveal that, you know, I shouldn't spoil it, but I will. So spoilers if you haven't played Dread yet. But Ravenbeak is like the voice of Adam leading you to getting to Ravenbeak, and so you're not really talking to Adam at all through the game. It's just a version of Raven. Oh, I don't have any power bombs. That's why. I'm like, why can't I drop a power bomb? But I think the experience of Ravenbeak is fantastic. Could you possibly make the adaptive like the alien from... Oh, probably. Well, I want Alien Isolation mode where SAX is actively hunting the entire game. I think that would make it a lot more fun, personally. What about Dark Samus? I think Dark Samus doesn't even remotely crack the top 5 of iconic villains in the Metroid franchise. Dark Samus is the reason I dislike Dark Samus is because, man, I don't know where. I know I'm supposed to be here, but I don't know exactly. I think actually, you know what? I have to go up. I think I know where I made the mistake. So hopefully I can go back around. Dark Samus doesn't have a voice. It doesn't have motives. It doesn't tell you what it wants. It's completely silent. Whereas the X-Parasite, I think, is significantly better because... Oh, and I can't go back that way either. All right, so I got to go all the way around then. That's my bad. SAX is literally just a copy of Samus. And so we know what the intentions of the X are, just to multiply and grow. I think that's enough. And to see the lethality of it, it makes sense to me. Whereas the Metroid Prime, almost like it turns into this weird like amalgamation where it's kind of intelligent, but it's not, but it doesn't talk to you. And it feels really lazy and shoehorned, like you said, shoehorned in. So I think Dark Samus is a really weak boss. All right, still no more power bombs. Nice. Now, is this just Crumble here? Yeah, it is. But yeah, Dark Samus, I mean, for the purposes of the 3 Metroid Prime games, I think it's fine. I think the fact that Dark Samus comes back in Corruption is unnecessary. I think they could have totally gone with a new big bad. I think for Echoes it kind of makes sense because, like, you know, a lot of people probably didn't get the bonus of playing Metroid Prime and getting all the you know, the hey, you got the secret ending, you get to see what's happening, so you get to see who, you know, what happened to the suit that got stolen off of you. I think I gotta go up and around here. Booty Shaker 9000, that is a name. That is quite the name. Playing this game right now, nice. There we go, this is where we gotta go. Do you think Dark Samus would be in Prime 4? No. No. And I will say that if it is in Prime 4, I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm going to be immediately disappointed. Like, you can only fight Bowser and Ganondorf so many times. And like, I find that Dark Samus is already a weak antagonist as it is. So the fact that they would be willing to bring it back one more time is just unnecessary. Almost at the same point, nice.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without
Suck on that! You didn't see that coming, did you? Smash you into oblivion, moron.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning,
Here we
no
go.
entry.
This is a cool boss fight. I really like this boss fight. It's one of my I'd probably say that the 2 boss fights against this thing is probably one of my favorites in the entire game. It's really well done. And like, can you imagine fighting this guy with like storm missiles from Dread? That'd be kind of cool. Well, it's not like, you know what, Flags me? If you, how do I word this? Let's just put it this way. The X are in Dread. That's stupid. I don't like that the X parasites are in Dread. I can understand it, but I don't like it. So if they can just go, the X parasites are in Dread, then they can say that there's still Phazon in Prime 4. And if someone goes no, well then too bad. My argument beats yours, because I would have assumed that the X parasites would have stayed dead, and they didn't. So I think it's possible, but I also think that it would be such a monumental failure for them to have Dark Samus in the game. It's pretty much almost exactly the way that I feel about when they put Ridley in Samus Returns. I guess it makes sense to the storyline. Some people love that Ridley's in Samus Returns. I hated it. I despised it. I still do. I'm a very opinionated Metroid player. That's who I am. But again, I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Just because my opinion differs from yours doesn't mean that you're wrong, and it doesn't mean that I'm right. It's just an opinion, right?
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Why we get wave beam from that guy doesn't make sense to me. Now this beam looks freaking dope fire. I love it.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
I'm totally not authorized to be here.
Entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
Oh, I know exactly who that could be. It's I don't believe it's anything that hasn't been discussed before. It's Sylax or Sylux from Hunters. There's a TAS that I watch that someone that's playing this game follows like the path that when the SAX is shooting the Metroids, he like mimics it. It's so cool to watch. I wouldn't be able to find the video even if I looked for it. I love how they make multiple comments about the X being locked behind doors when we regularly see them phase through walls. Yeah. Can't have everything perfect. Let's put it this way. I'll be disappointed if we see Phazon. I'll be disappointed if we see Dark Samus in Metroid Prime 4. And I will be actively, it will hinder my experience. We need to move on. Because what they should be doing, really, if they're smart about it, is developing, and I really believe that they're developing a new trilogy of games. So if you're just going to continue off of the old, same old, you screwed up. And so I'm really hoping that Retro Studios will not do that, and will move on from that and have a new big bad and move on from Phazon. And if you think they can't without it, I think your views on game development are unfortunately small. That's just my opinion. That's mean. That sounds mean. But I think if Prime can't thrive without Phazon and Dark Samus, man, there's so much more they can explore. There's so many different things that they can do. And I will clarify that statement by saying I haven't had anybody come up to me and be like, there's no way that this game can exist without this. Like, it's one thing to have a 3D Mario game and not have Bowser. There's something wrong about that. Because there's been so many more games that have established who Bowser is. And like, they've also done games where he's not the bad guy. Sometimes he's a party member. Sometimes he's the secondary antagonist. So they can get away with that, you know? So that's why when we play the next Mario game, there's a good chance Bowser's going to be the big bad, because that's just the way it is. But yeah, I don't want to see Phazon. I never want to see Phazon again. I honestly, I found Phazon to be kind of a weak, what do you ever, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I found it to be a weak way to share the story of the game and how it operated. Okay. What if the game where Dark Samus and Samus team up? Oh, you better believe I'm gonna buy that day one. That, why? So is it you can only shoot them in the back? Oh yeah. Kind of like the Metal Pirates, but not really. Sorry, WizPost. I think that's just no. Samus isn't one that teams up with anybody. That won't be happening. That would be a weird game to play, in my opinion. I think we actually go this way and then around. Never mind, I was wrong. She teamed up with Adam. Well, considering that Adam is dead, and it would just be a computer, and she already did it in Dread, and Adam is more of the Metroid Saga rather than the Fusion timeline, I would say no. Any more? I'm so sorry to your guys' eardrums. I love that some people call her Seamus. It reminds me of an old YouTube channel that used to, every so often they would talk about Metroid games and call her Seamus. I wish I could remember. They did like top 10 videos. It was on like Machinima or something like that. I miss those videos. I can't see them anymore. Again, it doesn't make sense. Like, I did appreciate how in Dread, when you would kill an X-Parasite, when you were fighting the enemy, it kind of had like the storm missiles or like screw attack, and some of the abilities kind of made sense. That when, you know, like, I'm getting screw attack from Ridley, but Ridley didn't really have a screw attack. You know, I that kind of bothers me. But some of the enemies, like the jumping guy that gives you space jump or even high jump, makes sense. So I wish it made more sense. The real Adam, yeah. Which Metroid is this? This is Metroid Prime 4, actually. I just got a copy of it. My dad works in Nintendo. It's pretty wicked. It's definitely not Metroid Fusion, that's for sure. Whatever chat says, don't listen to them. They'll lie to you. Pathological liars they are. Lucky dog. That's a good comment. I like that. Meanwhile, some people are like, wait, I didn't know that Metroid Fusion was out yet. Okay, you gonna let me go through here? Oh, it's missiles. Oh. Fusion was one of the greatest of the whole series. Dread was an amazing sequel to it. I think I'll agree that I think Dread is such a beautiful accompaniment, but I prefer Super over Fusion, so I don't see it as like a, you know, one of the greatest in the series. But playing through it again has been absolutely amazing, so been very much enjoying my experience with it. Every single time I play it, I enjoy it more and more, so. Prime 4 is before. Yeah, I believe so. I don't know if they've released that information or not. I also love that the way that the game has it is you're going through the first area you explored. I love that. Like, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but I love this. I love that they were like, Nintendo's like, we need to take the player through the first area as you've just become fully powerful, and, you know, so a lot of these blocks are actually like screw attack blocks, which is cool. Fusion's too linear. Well, let's put it this way. I think Fusion is one of the most linear ones in the entire franchise. Can we actually make our way up from here? Yes. Yes. I haven't played this game in like a year, and we're gonna beat it in just about less than 3 hours. So I think that speaks volumes to how linear it is. Zero Mission is very linear as well. Lucky dog. Can't believe we got Air Riders before Metroid Prime 4. Well, hey, we don't know when this game is coming out. And listen, they just gave us today the release date of Hollow Knight Silksong, which is in 2 weeks. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo does something like that. I'm guessing, though, that Prime 4 is going to be December. So I understand. You want a Super remake? I don't want them to ever touch Super. But that's just me. I can't say that Fusion was bad at all, but nothing. It's for me, it's just I like Super more. I just prefer Super Metroid. And it was my first Metroid, and I speedran it, and I'm actually really good at it. With this game, I'm not so good at it. It's just more of a fun experience. But Super, I'm actually quite good at the game, so it makes more sense that I enjoy it more. Before Samus Returns, yeah. I mean, they could really do something interesting and move Prime 4 in a completely different spot in the timeline, but I don't see that happening. I think it's easier just to keep Prime 4 after Prime 3 and before Metroid 2. Says he's good, but he never plays it. Yeah. I'm all talk, bro. Don't you know that by now? I'm all talk. I'll tell you what, Captain. If that's your real rank, you're a private. I know it. There's Private Briar Black just doesn't have the same name. I get it. We all wear different hats. I'll play Metroid tomorrow. All right? I'll play Metroid and Zelda at the same time. At the same time? Bro, you don't even know what's happening. Like some sort of maniac? I mean, like not two hands controllers. I'll tell you what, I'll play Zelda and then periodically I'll switch back to Metroid. How about that? How about it? I am still streaming. Okay. I'll be done after this though. The fan made 2 was way better than the official. Of the sequel or the original? In regards of any sort of 2 recreation, I'd love someone to take Metroid 2 and throw it in the Super Metroid engine, I think that'd be fun. But not like a reimagining, like X Fusion, but like an actual. Still going strong. I'm a little sleepy. My cat woke me and my wife up, and so in order for her to get a good night's rest, I tried to sleep on the couch just to distract the cat. So couch is comfortable, but it ain't no king size bed. You know what I'm saying? Or wait, no. Oh, we gotta go that way. Right. You didn't get your nap in at work? AM2R, yeah. AM2R was fun. At times it feels there's some aspects of that game that feel really out of place and almost feels like a paper mache. Which is, I don't think I can describe it any better than that. And then other times it feels like it's just meant to be. But it's really well done. And like, you could tell that the people that made it really love Metroid. And again, when someone makes something like that is that good and made that well, Nintendo's response should always be, let's hire them rather than... All right, I gotta focus here for a second. I don't like this boss fight, for the record. I think it's lazy. I think the thing about it that I don't like about it is it's not the final boss, and so I don't get any abilities from it, and it teases it. And then I think the actual final boss of this game is also dumb too. It's probably one of the bigger reasons that I dislike this game. I'm dead? Jeez, I wasn't paying attention. I was busy talking. All right. Whoops. My bad. Oh, we're all the way back here. I suck. Bum ba da ba da bum ba da da. Yeah, one last ass whipping. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm the best Fusion player ever. I'm not. Rookie mistake. Yeah, you figured me out. That was a good one. Yeah, Cassius, I'm right there with you. I want to play that yesterday. I want it so bad. Why I didn't bother trying to find a save point going up, I have no idea. But you know what, guys? I'm doing really good for my first playthrough, huh? Yeah. Doing a really good job on this first playthrough. The fact that my first playthrough, I beat the game in hopefully less than 3 hours at this point. That's pretty impressive, huh? Wow. What a gamer. You sure you know? Yeah, Clayton. Oh, I'm positive. I would know, wouldn't I? I would know if I've never played this game before. Thanks, Jardcap. That's something only someone wants to see right after they have an embarrassing death. That's perfect. Thank you. I'm gonna play some Super Metroid tomorrow, and I'm gonna make you guys all feel so embarrassed for all the shit talking you've been doing today. And then I'm gonna proceed to play like the worst Super Metroid ever because I haven't played it in a little bit. Thanks for the fault. Fusion's SAX is a dumb clown, but the theme song of that fight is plainly ridiculous. Yeah, that's good. You've been a good boy? We'll see about that. They don't call me Nick for no reason. Actually, Anthony, we have been talking about Other M. As long as I run Ice Palace. Hey, I don't decide where the crystals go, Jardcap. So if the crystals happen to go there, then you're in luck, my friend. I can't. My hands are tied. Other M is I say it multiple times when we talk about it. Other M is a poor Metroid game, but a good video game. You should do reverse boss order for Super. No. I've done that once and it was not fun. I'd like to have fun on stream, thank you very much. So no. No, I'm doing an SMZ3, so that's not even an option. I happen to not say I should have saved after this point for going up. I don't know why I didn't. You guys should drop a follow and follow me over on Twitch as well. Do it. Just pretend like your mom and dad don't want you to, and they forbid you. And like the coolest thing that you could imagine doing is following me on Twitch. You should do it. That's Nick on Twitch. You better not follow that guy on Twitch. You'll be grounded for a week. No video games, no TV, only books and schoolwork. You can't tell me how to live my life. I'm gonna follow that guy on Twitch, and there's nothing you can do about it. And then you get in your bedroom and you're like, do this at the door. You're like, ugh. I can hear my dad's bell snapping. I'm gonna make 2 accounts and follow on both. You never get to let me live my life. Feels nothing like Metroid, but has an interesting. Well, actually, no. So for me, I think it there's aspects that definitely feel like Metroid, but the story is so un-Metroidy that it feels like a fever dream. And the pacing of the gameplay is just so wrong. If you were to take the Metroid story out of it and some of the Metroid tropes that are failed, I think it could be perceived as a reasonably good game. What did IGN give Metroid Dread? Or even like, was it Metacritic? I'm curious to see what they gave a score for Other M. So I feel like the game got like reasonably reviewed somewhat well. Just so that I don't have to do all that backtracking. I'm gonna go through again. Just brought your trauma back. I'm so sorry. Not acceptable. I'm so sorry. Other M would have been fine if she didn't talk. I think there's a few more things that had to change for that, not just the fact that she spoke. I agree. I can't believe that I walked past the save room and didn't bother saving in it. 8.5. See, like either they are dumbasses, or the game was actually not as bad as people love to crap on it. $79. So like, that's a passing grade. But when you ask, like, some Metroid fans are like, what game error? So like, you know, Super and Dread are the best Metroid games. They're up there big time. So how low on health was I when I fought this guy the first time? I will say that the look of this boss, like this version of the boss is cool. I wish you got to fight it a little bit longer. I have Xander. Five tanks. Federation. I've not played Federation Force. I don't want to. What are the top 3 Metroids? Well, of course, it comes down to personal opinion, but I would say, for me, Super is number 1. Oh, right, self-destruct. Yeah, I was like, why is nothing happening? Super Metroid number 1 for me. Dread is probably in the 3 position. I just don't know what goes into number 2.
Propulsion sequence activated. Destination planet SR-388.
I guess I feel like Super Metroid,
Destination planet
Zero Mission, and then Dread are probably my top 3. It's hard to choose a top 3. Really, the number 1 will always be Super Metroid. And then, you know, can I? No, we gotta go back this way. Super will always be number 1, and there has to be an incredible Metro game that comes out that removes that from that position. So then we go left, down into the ship. And then 2 and 3 can be, it depends how I'm feeling on the day. I've only ever played Dread once on release. Is it worth going back to? I can't answer that for you. I mean, I'm a big fan of the game, so for me it's an easy absolutely, but I don't think I can answer that for you. Man, I'm just like, I'm scared that from the ROM hack that we played, that the other X's are gonna pop out. Thoughts on Prime Series? I think they're fine. I'm much more of a 2D fan than the 3D, and I think that the 2D capture the essence of Metroid much better than the 3D games do. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, 2D's better and the 3D sucks. Like, that's an opinion that I don't think that is worth having. So. Yo, chill out, homie. Uh-oh, I'm dead. No, I got too close! No!
I'm gonna blame that on my controller having a little bit of lag. I'm using a Switch 2 Pro controller, and unfortunately, there is a little bit of input delay. I'm usually very good at this game, but unfortunately, there's just a little bit of mishaps.
You charge it, Wolf O'Donnell. I didn't realize this was control the streamer interactive. I've never seen no one dying there ever. Oh. Well, then you need to watch more streamers, guy. Something tells me that you and I aren't gonna be friends, and that's okay, because I don't want to be friends with you. Like the fact that you only get to shoot this guy like twice or once. Oh, never mind. 4 times. It's pathetic because that's actually the that should be the X fight more like that should be the X fight. I wish the copy Samus's AI. You need to play the new Super Metroid hack called X Fusion. It takes it on a whole nother level. What's your favorite of the 3D Metroids? It's got to be Prime, right? I mean, Echoes is good. Undoubtedly, it's good. Same with they're all good, but Prime just captures what a Metroid game is the closest, and it doesn't hold your hand, and I think it's just really a really great experience. I don't think that I really don't like Echoes' like light and dark system. I think Metroid is at its best when the planet is just savable, you know? No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think that when the planet is just there and you can traverse it and you don't have a lot of restrictions other than just not having the right items, I think that's when Metroid is at its best. Wrong way, left. I think the Phazon suit was great, but I really dislike the Varia suit. I think it's gross. Other M was the best, obviously. Absolutely. Finally, somebody gets it. That's a real Metroid fan right there.
I've never seen anyone dying there.
That's exactly how that person sounds when they made that comment. Other MSO with potential. If a lot of the story, like, they would have to overhaul the game pretty aggressively, but I think Other M could have been really special. Oh, you're still watching. Ban him! Ban Alexander! Get him out of here! No one says bad things about me! No one!
2 minutes to destination.
Besides, Alexander, what you saw was that cutscene. That was actually me dying. Wasn't the fight. You're mistaken. What you saw wasn't actually me dying. So you use charge beams. Can you like do jump shot? Run in and like that. Yo, homie, chill out. Back it up, Chuck. You can take a joke. That's good. I'm glad. I can't. I'm like, dude, I'm so fragile. It hurts. Like I'm gonna end this stream, and I'm gonna do that thing like when you're in front of the mirror and you're just like. That's what I'm gonna do. You really worked me up. I'm just kidding. So going in and shooting him like a crazy person is much more dangerous than what I'm doing right now, I think. No, X-Parasite game is whack. What's up, Nis?
60 seconds.
If Nintendo remade Metroid 2 with the same engine movement as Dread, I'd play it. Yeah. I mean, I'd play it. I am a cuck for Metroid, so whatever they release, I'll play it for the most part. Nothing more humbling than seeing yourself crying in the mirror. Oh, yeah. Huge confidence booster. Huge confidence booster. All right, guys. That's it for me. I'm going to play Super Metroid Zelda randomizer tomorrow. Just for fun, you know, we'll try playing in those on Fridays and see if they stick. Look in the mirror and say, I'm a big boy now. They need to remake Super Metroid on Unreal 6 with X-Fusion Space Jump. Beardness. Master, you know what we want. I love how we get the Ice Beam back and then Dread, they're like, Ice Beam knock you. Yeah. Don't ask any questions. This is how the game works. Have a good one, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. If you guys haven't followed yet, drop a follow, and I'm also on Twitch. You should follow over there. And I'll be walking around town tonight, so if you want to follow me there too. I won't tell you where I live. You'll have to figure that out for yourself. Can't give you all the answers. But yeah, it was fun. Thank you guys. Everyone sub so hard. Thank you, Alexander. Appreciate you. Have a good one. Somewhere in Canada land. Yeah, exactly. In the magical land of mooses and poutines. So yeah. How many people we got watching on Twitch? 13. That's raidable. Maybe I'll learn how to raid properly this time. Let's see. Do we have any friends streaming? I'm gonna send you guys over to Nefarious Intent. He's playing something that has nothing to do with Metroid, but he's cool. He's a friend of the streams, so say hello. I'll be on hopefully tomorrow doing some Zelda Metroid SMZ3. It's a combo randomizer. It's a lot of fun, and